For millennia, the vast and dynamic landscape of China has served as a crucible for human civilization. It is a place of immense historical significance, a cradle of innovation, and a powerhouse of global trade. But this same dynamism has also made it a recurring flashpoint in the long, arduous history of humanity's battle with infectious diseases. The sheer scale of its population, concentrated in some of the world's most densely packed urban centers, creates an environment where a pathogen can find a near-endless supply of hosts. This density provides the perfect fuel for an outbreak, allowing a single spark of infection to ignite into a raging inferno before it can be contained. It is a simple yet brutal equation of proximity and transmission. This complex human environment is further complicated by the deep-rooted agricultural practices that have sustained its population for centuries. The close proximity between humans and a wide variety of domesticated animals, pigs, chickens, ducks, creates a unique biological mixing bowl. Viruses that may have circulated harmlessly within an animal population for generations can suddenly find an opportunity to jump the species barrier. This zoonotic leap is the genesis of many of our most feared pandemics. The 14th century bore witness to one of the most devastating pandemics in human history, the Black Death. While its origins are still debated by historians, many compelling theories point to the arid plains of Central Asia, possibly within the borders of modern-day China or its neighbors. It is believed that the bacterium Yersinia pestis smoldered in native rodent populations, especially marmots. Changes in climate or ecological disruptions may have forced infected rodents closer to humans or to commensal rats. This initial spillover event, likely in the 1330s, was the quiet beginning of a global catastrophe. From this epicenter, the plague began its inexorable march westward, using the arteries of civilization, the Silk Road. Mongol armies merchants carried the disease across Eurasia. The bacterium traveled in flea blood, infesting black rats hiding in cart saddlebag supply wagons. In the 20th and 21st centuries, the world's attention shifted from bacteria to the ever-mutating threat of influenza viruses. Southern China, in particular, has been identified as a key hotspot for the emergence of new pandemic flu strains. This region's unique form of integrated agriculture, where millions of ducks, pigs, and humans live in close proximity, creates a perfect genetic reassortment laboratory. Avian influenza viruses from wild waterfowl can infect domestic ducks, which then pass the virus to pigs. Pigs are uniquely susceptible to both avian and human flu viruses, making them an ideal mixing vessel where viral genes can be shuffled, creating novel strains that are easily transmissible to humans. This genetic lottery has produced several significant global health threats. The 1957 Asian flu, that's H2N2, the 1968 Hong Kong flu, or H3N2. It is critically important to understand that disease knows no nationality. While this timeline focused on outbreaks linked to China, it is not because the country is inherently the problem, rather, the conditions there are particularly conducive to zoonotic spillover. The 1918 influenza pandemic has origins traced by some researchers to a military base in Kansas, USA. MERS emerged in the Arabian Peninsula, linked to camels. Ebola repeatedly emerges in Central and West Africa. Pathogens are a product of ecology and opportunity, not ethnicity or culture. Labeling a disease with a geographic name is scientifically inaccurate and dangerous. Stigma, racism, xenophobia. It distracts from our shared, collective vulnerability. A virus does not care about the passport of its host. It only seeks to replicate and spread. Our best defense is building bridges, not walls. Vaccine speed came from international scientific collaboration. Ultimately, we are all in this together. Recognize shared vulnerability and commit to collective action to build a healthier, more resilient future for all of humanity.